Hi. Okay, I'm glad to see such a great turnout. Wow, having the audience here with us this evening. My name is Joshua. I'm your moderator for tonight's episode of Ask Me Anything webinar series. I hope you guys have actually had your dinner, or if you're taking your dinner, just carry on, because this is going to be a very relaxed session. Okay. Today we are here to find out more about the the ins and the outs of being in the financial advisory career. Okay, so the career of a financial advisory representative isn't always a bed of roses. It involves actually an immense amount of time and effort to actually build strong customer base and trust. So despite its challenges, embarking on this career can actually be ultra rewarding and super fulfilling. Yeah. Okay, I'm sure the audience here today, have actually some burning questions. So may I request that you actually type your questions right in the bottom of the Q&A button that you see at the bottom of the panel there. Okay, our panelists will actually come to it at the end, where we can actually have a Q&A segment. Okay, and for the audience here tonight, we are actually live on Zoom and Facebook. Okay, so before I actually introduce my guest tonight, let's keep this session. We will want to keep this session lighthearted, and so sit back and relax. Enjoy your time here tonight while the speakers share some of their thoughts and views right on this career. So if you're watching with us, please share with your other friends, okay, or network, wherever you can think of that will benefit from today's what we call a fireside chat. It's not going to be a webinar where it's only going to be 1 minute. We're going to have a chat and all. Okay, you can ask all your questions about being in the financial advisory career live to our very own financial specialists here. Yeah, don't need to be too curtsy to them. Just shoot your questions. Okay. Okay, so maybe let's go for our today's slides to actually show who will be our speakers today. Okay, pardon me for a while while we pull up the slides. Okay. Great, I think we are putting up the slides now. Okay, here you see, I'm not inside, too bad. I'm not I'm not one of the panelists, I'm just the moderator. So today we have Louis, Stephanie, and Steward. Okay, so I'm thrilled to actually have these three financial specialists with us here today, and let's hear from them also why having a financial advisory career slays, okay, as what our title actually suggests. Okay, so let me introduce each of them here. Okay, first off, let's talk about Louis first. Okay. Okay, Louis is actually, can we show the slide of Louis? Okay, Louis is actually, if I were to describe him, he's actually one of the smartest guy that I've actually ever met. He has a first-class honors from NUS, a CFA, a CFP. Okay, he's actually a chartered financial planner and all. Okay, he and his team, okay, are actually servicing more than 3,000 clients, okay, and managing in excess of 250 million of their clients' assets. That is a huge number, okay. Louis is actually a content creator, as well as a trainer for more than 20,000 retail client or investors. Yes, I say again, you did not hear me wrongly, 20,000 retail clients, for helping them to analyze stocks and financial planning. Okay, apart from Louis' impressive credentials, right, one thing I can always remember that he talks to me, he places huge emphasis on holistic approach to wealth planning. That's why his team is called Holistic Wealth Planner. Okay, next we have Steph tonight with us. Okay, we have a pretty rose, okay, among the thorns tonight. As you can see, we have two guy panelists and me as a male moderator, so we have a pretty rose here. Okay, Stephanie,
thanks for introducing us.
Yeah. So Stephanie, she is a financial services associate director of one of our fastest growing team in PhillipCapital. Okay, she has also been consistently a top performer, achieving the top accolade of $1 million round table for 4 consecutive years. And today, she actually spearheads the talent acquisition and training for her team. Okay, to sum it up, right, she has one strong belief, and that's to actually ensure that the right values gets passed down to the new blood that joins her, and also to elevate the competency of the existing advisors that are actually currently in her team as well. Okay, so that's that for you. Okay, next up, we have Steward. Steward is also hi.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. So Steward is also a financial services associate director with PhillipCapital. He's with one of the the largest team in PhillipCapital. So look at his face, so young. He actually has 16 years of experience in this industry. Steward has an extensive network of clients who has been with him for the longest of time, due to his deep understanding of macroeconomics and comprehensive analysis. So he believes that this world, very philosophical. He believes that this world can be a better place if there are more authentic advisors who have a high level of professionalism. Okay, he is also a trainer and a coach of many areas like mindset training, planning, and differentiation. So tonight, really, let's join me to thank you, three panelists, for actually joining us tonight to chat about why financial advisory slays. Okay. So that's the introduction of our guest tonight. So I'm thinking, maybe let's start off with a quick poll with our audience tonight to kickstart tonight's session. Okay. Let's flash the poll. Okay. I will flash and read out the poll. So if you're on Facebook, right, you can actually comment in the chat box your answer. If you're on Zoom, just click on the answer. Okay, we shall wait for a few minutes to get to know a little bit more about our audience here tonight. So what's the question? Do you think that financial advisors are still relevant or needed in today's context? Okay, do you think that financial advisors are still relevant or needed in today's context? Okay, while our audience are actually doing the poll, right? Louis, just now you never say hi. You actually say hi.
Oh, yeah. Because I hear that your introduction is very interesting. Yeah. So hi everyone. Yeah, just shoot your question, right? It's for us to answer all the questions you can ask, right? Yeah.
Okay, thank you for showing. So we'll actually launch the poll. Okay, we have the results here. Let me see. 62% says that it's a yes. 10% says it's a no. 29% says not sure. Goodness, the audience, you guys are so nice to the speakers today. So the audience say yes, you all are still relevant. Okay, so panelists, are you ready? Because I'm going to ask you the first question. And why I actually... Okay, very great, very good. Okay, why I actually pose this question to you, right? Because this article is actually issued by MAS. They issued a policy statement in January 2022, saying that more than 100,000 of Singapore's young professionals are actually using robo-advisors. Okay, which means approximately 3.4 billion are actually now being managed by robo-advisors. So our audience here is saying, hey, you guys are actually still relevant. Okay, so that's why I want to ask you guys this question. Okay, the question will be this. Why do you think that financial advisors are relevant? Louis, why do you start?
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course, my answer is definitely yes. Okay, that's why I'm still in this industry. And I think me and my team is still doing quite well. I think there is no doubt that there is increasing more information available online. Nowadays you can simply Google. And now there's this new trend, right? People don't ask Google. Okay, they ask a language model like ChatGPT, right? And you can actually find tons of information about financial planning, investment on all these platforms. Okay, but to me, right, the issue is about all the information is all scattered all over the place. Okay, and personal financial planning, right, is actually require a personalized approach. Okay, that's why the term personal financial planning, right, there's a term personal, right? So I think why financial advisor is still relevant, because you can't really use those general planning information you can find online to plan yourself, right? You still need some form of professional advisor to help you to do a personalized financial planning. Okay, and that is why we are here to help our client to manage their personal finance. All right. Yeah, so that's I thought. Yeah, maybe Steph, you want to share a bit more?
Okay. Okay, I really still a bit stunned by the audience answer. 65%, right? Said yes. So actually very nice audience tonight. Okay, so personally, right, I feel that the role of financial advisor today, right, as compared to say 10, 15 years ago, is starkly different. Because back then advisors actually control a lot of information. But today information is actually widely available. So to answer your question, right, I actually don't think that financial advisors are irrelevant, but like any other industries, we actually do have to adjust. So take for instance, like, fitness instructor. So in the past, right, people actually don't have information to like what nutrients and the best exercises. But today, all this information are widely available on, like, you go Instagram, you go online, you can actually easily find them. But the thing is, fitness industry is still thriving. So I think for me, I feel that the role of advisors go beyond, sharing with them what the best products are and also providing comparison, but rather we need to be an accountability partner to our clients, or maybe a behavioral coach of sorts, on top of being financially competent. Yeah, so that's my take. Stewart?
Yeah. Well, I just saw Joshua show a so-called statement, right? So I also want to show a slides, okay, which is also a survey, because you'll be wondering, you're all financial planner, right? Of course, you will say relevant, right? So I think here from the audience actually is the best. So I think we have a good audience. And I want to quote this. Actually, it's a study done by Ernst & Young. And in fact, is a very, very latest study. So if you look at this chart, in fact, when it comes to investment advice, all right, 65% actually goes to their primary financial advisors. So I'm also surprised because, like, over the COVID, where so-called lockdown, all these things happening, I thought like things like online research, all these, people rely a lot on, like, even YouTubers and all these things, right? So, but if you look at the percentage, in fact, a lot actually rely on that. So I totally agree with our speakers here, that I think there will be things like, for example, calculations, simulations, even comparison, that we can do it with the assistance of technology. But there will be things like behavioral, right? Sometimes things like consistency, I know I need to save, but I don't know why I just cannot save. Things like that. Actually, people know the right things to do, but somehow they need people to handhold them. All right, the tendencies to procrastinate, things like that. So my take is that with the advancement of technology, I mean, of course, this title relates to, maybe robo-advisor. It really accelerates and it helps a lot of the aspects in terms of financial advisory. But things like behavioral finance, consistency, even sometimes motivations, I do believe that financial advisors is very important. Thank you.
Oh, great sharing by all three speakers. Shocked me. Because instead of taking technology, digital aspect of the involvement, how it actually evolved, you're taking it as a disruptor. You guys took it as an enabler to actually spearhead and supercharge your career here. Good to know. Okay, well done. Okay, why don't we do the next question? Okay, you guys think that you are still relevant. So can you share with us, then what do you actually do if you're still relevant? So can you share maybe your day-to-day things, what you do, and stuff like that? Stewart, what do you start?
All right. Maybe I start with the work I do lah. So I consider myself to have a very boring life. All right. So maybe a better word is disciplined life. So of course, my days will usually be things like meeting the clients, discuss their finances, and then of course being with the team, right? So of course the questions that they have, the case study that we do. All right, of course, being IFA, there are really a lot of the available products in the market. So and I think the trainings, right, the updates with all these products, and then the comparison study research has actually occupied most of the day, right? Usually I would spend the night into doing my economic research, and then reviewing some of the investments portfolio. I mean, touch a little bit on the personal life. So I thought of course, financial advisors are still human, right? So yeah, I mean, telling all the work, okay, maybe the general perceptions are like that, right? I mean, these are the things that we do. Of course, when I first joined, my mentor also told me that, yeah, I mean, anyway, I need to eat lunch and dinner, right? So why not I just have it with the clients, you know, discuss business with them, you know, live with them, right? So on a personal basis, I think I would say my morning is very important, right? So usually I do my exercise, my reading, and my coffee in the morning. So I thought I do enjoy this lifestyle for quite a while. In terms of my family, I actually don't set aside a time, right? So it's just that whenever I have time, so I'll just have time with them. So like just now, I mean, in the afternoon, I just go exercise with my son, and then, you know, have dinner, then we come back. So I think generally this is what I do. Maybe, well, we hear from Louis.
Okay, I think for me, I a bit more holistic kind of service for my client. Okay, so as a holistic financial advisor, right, I really follow a you know, very packed kind of a schedule for my entire day. Okay, so let's start with my morning routine, right? Okay, I usually wake up about 7 plus, right? And then I try to start off my day by, you know, reading what is happening what has happened yesterday night, especially US market. Okay, to see any major news or major event that may affect our portfolio. Okay, because I'm looking after a certain group of clients for the investment, right? So I need to look at the investment model portfolio to see whether we need to make any adjustment. All right, yeah. So that is how I begin the day. Right, and then throughout the whole day, right, I will try to schedule with many appointments. Okay, either meeting with my team advisor, to go through their cases, or meeting client to do financial planning. Okay, and if there's any free time between this appointment, okay, I usually will conduct research and do some portfolio planning, some comparison for my client. All right, but my day, right, usually has a bit break lah. Okay, a pause between 5 p.m. And 8:30 p.m. Okay, it's actually for my family, right? Like just now, actually, before this event, I tell the panelists, you know, I need to leave for 10 minutes, okay, before we start, because I need to wash a plate, right? I need to finish out all the housework, right? Then I'll continue to work after 8:30, right? And usually I'll work until late night. Yeah, so that is how I end my day. And on weekend nowadays, I usually spend more time with my family. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll share my part. I think it's very interesting, like, you know, you actually shared like how life is like waking up early in the morning, then after then checking the markets, then after then before that Steward still said like you in the morning go and do qigong, right? Previously. Yeah, anyway, so my mentor actually told me, like, you know, the key to this role, right, is really to喝茶聊天. So in English is like, you know, just drink tea, then like, you know, talk about all the things around lah. So like pretty much I feel that, like, you know, this is a part of what we need to do, part of the full picture. And I think our job actually also includes keeping up to date what is happening with the financial markets, condensing information, right, to bite-sized formats for our clients. Because now, right, everywhere, like, you know, has information all around. I think the key is to actually distill information to simple bite-sized formats to make clients' life easier. Sometimes also, like, you know, when we meet them, actually remind them about the milestones that they have set, and also to congratulate them for some of the milestones that they have already met as well. And also a few things that we also do, which is to partner with strong teams within Phillip to actually support our business operations. Because I feel that, like, you know, the career, although it sounds like, you know, self-employed, it's a singular role, but actually I feel that, like, you know, the team in Phillip and also how we actually run the business is actually very well supported by a team of experts, different individuals. So you don't need to actually come in to know every single thing. There are actually dedicated investment teams, right, who will help with research and also delivery of timely updates to clients. So I feel that overall, right, there's a lot more that we can actually offer as financial consultants in today's day and age. Then, of course, besides whatever I've shared earlier about 喝茶聊天, I feel that like that one is definitely true. I feel that when we catch up with clients and spend time with them eating, it's also to me like a sign of commitment to the relationship. So like it makes it interesting, and we can actually choose what type of clients we want to work with. So don't anyhow like pick and choose clients, but rather we surround ourselves with people that we actually enjoy working with. Yeah, so that's my part.
Awesome.
Goodness, actually I don't know what to say. Because usually what I hear my other friends say, because I have other friends in this industry, they say they are always telling me, I do a show lah, door knocking lah, cold calling lah. Then Louis tell me, you wake up, you do research lah, news updates lah, you look at market lah, look at US market, then you spend time with your family. Then Steph tell me what, 喝茶聊天lah. That means in English, simply put, having tea or lim coffee with your clients, talk to them, but condensing information into bite-sized, palatable content to your clients, building relationship with them. Wow, Steward even best. Tell me he do both. Do research and then makan with clients. And then up one level on top of you, all right, he still do qigong. Okay, so well, thank you for sharing, what you guys actually do on a day-to-day basis, and then also sharing your work-life balance, how you all spend time with your family and all. Okay, so before we move to the next question, let's do another poll. Okay, I'll flash out this poll. Okay, so audience, if you're on Facebook, okay, you can actually comment in the chat. Okay, if you're on Zoom, just click on the answer. Okay, this poll is this. Okay, let's go controversial. Do you think that financial advisor is a glamorous career? Okay, do you think that this one I like? Do you think that financial advisor is a glamorous career? Okay.
This is exciting. Let's give us your truest answer.
Yeah. Also, I'm actually very keen to know about this. The results for this. Actually, is one of my most anticipated question. So we wait for a while the audience here actually share with us your truest impression and thoughts about this. Don't worry, give it to the speakers today. Yeah. Okay, so we'll wait for a while while we actually garner the results. Let me see the results. Wait, wow. Wow.
Right.
Evenly spread. 32% says yes.
Fine.
Majority, slight majority, 36% says no. Okay. 32% says not sure. Yes, not sure. Hey, have you heard about this thing? That there used to be this joke that salespeople starter kit. They drive the some series car, then after that they need to wear some nice watch, then they wear the H belt, then they do a back home. So that's how they start out in this the salespeople starter kit So audience actually they say yes, they say no. But then why do we actually see so many people doing this kind of glamorous stuff and all? So maybe can you all share with us about your thoughts about this?
So the next question is my sharing. Question. Next question.
So my question to you is since the audience are very evenly spread out, are financial advisors really living the luxury lifestyle?
Okay, so since I thought I want to share, right, because this glamorous title kind of a question, right, it's actually the question I asked myself as well when I actually switched a career from engineering career to finance career back in 2015. So I actually asked this question, okay, and I asked myself, okay, I don't have an answer, and I asked my friend on Facebook, okay, actually just type on Facebook, should I become a financial advisor on my Facebook? Okay, if you Google my name, Louis Quay, you probably will find the story. I actually wrote an article on that, right? So and turns out that the response is one-sided. Say that it's not glamorous title. Yeah, so I think you are quite good. You say still some say still we are glamorous title. Okay, thank you for that. But I think it's really dependent on individual when it comes to this question, whether FA really living the luxury lifestyle. For me, okay, I don't own car. Okay, I don't have car. I don't have a condo. Okay, I live in HDB, take public transport. I like to eat hawker food, right? But it's really dependent on individual to me, okay? Because not everyone like to splurge on all. I mean, everyone likes to splurge the money on different things. Okay, for me, I like to spend on food. All right, I also will spend more money for travel. All right, yeah. I also seen many successful business owner. Okay, they actually wear slippers, go to hawker center, and take public transport. Okay, and when you meet them, because you're managing their portfolio, you know that they're quite you're doing quite well, right? So they are definitely very successful. Okay, but some of them actually, still go for very low profile kind of life. Okay, so I think it's very dependent on individual, and really not all advisor will choose a kind of luxury lifestyle in today's context. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I'll go next. I agree with Louis, because I really think that this one is more like a sweeping generalization. And I feel that like in reality, whether a person actually lives a life luxuriously, right? I feel that it has nothing really to do with the career itself. But I also don't blame why some people might think like, we'll have this generalization, like the insurance starter pack. I also saw the property starter pack. So like, it's all like Instagram, like mothership, that people will actually laugh about it. Because I know that like, there are several organizations that actually portray a luxurious lifestyle to actually attract ambitious advisors to join them. So like, I feel that the reality for me is that the career has indeed bought me a lot of time. And of course, I feel that like, it does pay well if you actually do certain things right. So it needs to be ethical. Yeah. So I think that's the key. But I feel that like this control of time is something that money cannot buy. Then when we talk about back to the luxury lifestyle, right, I feel that I don't live a luxurious lifestyle, but I feel that this career allows me to have the option to actually, example for myself, like I feel that what's important about this career I'm thankful for is to be able to move 15 minutes away to office, because I actually don't like to get stuck in the jam. So like, to avoid all those like morning rush, the danger of like, driving in the morning, that kind of thing. I feel that the career does allow you to do certain things like that. Yeah. So that's my take.
Thanks. I go last because maybe I can talk a little bit more on the starter pack.
You have the starter pack.
Okay, then of course trying to justify a bit, right? So I mean, okay, I think luxury really means different things to different people, right? So of course to me, I totally agree with Louis and Step. So things like example, the flexibility of the hours, right? So example, I can go shopping when people are working. I go holiday during the off-peak season, right? So I actually pay a cheaper ticket and I don't got to squeeze, right? Of course, again, then when my sons goes to primary school, I got no choice really lah. Well, I think I do enjoy the luxury in terms of my time and also schedule. Well, in the material possessions, right? So I mean, I stay in a HDB, I drive a convertible. Of course, people will think that I mean, anyway lah, I mean, these are the things that we look on the surface and a lot of things to talk about, right? But this is not my starter pack because I started poor and broke, right? So even if I want to go and borrow money, also cannot. But of course, I have to say of the two sides of it. First, I think first I learned from in fact Richard Branson about marketing, about leveraging, because when I'm a nobody, if I'm a Likashing, if I'm every week I'm having lunch with Warren Buffett, then I don't need that, right? So if nobody knows me, then maybe I leverage on certain big brands, right? But I think on a personal basis, I'm a very analytical guy kind, right? I was also an engineer. So I don't believe that that means I cannot give what I don't have. So from the start of the business, I know I got to be making it big, right? Because if not, I cannot sustain. I cannot really serve the clients, right? So the type of lifestyle that I have, I mean, just, you know, car happen that I like lah, right? Then of course, my personal belief is that if I want to be a good role model, I especially as a financial planner, I need to really look into my own finances. Do I have enough? How about my cash flow? Do I have high debts just to you know, buy the things that I don't need to impress the people that I don't like, you know, something like that, right? So to me, I think I'm pretty clear in a sense that, for example, I mean, very low debt, you know, my cash flow is okay and all this. So then I would really, you know, go and so-called afford all these things lah. So I think coming back to the luxury lifestyle, it really depends on people. All right, some really just spend on some other things and without knowingly, maybe they spend more than me, right? So I think this is my take. Yeah.
Thank you.
Back to you,
Actually,
Joshua.
today then I know that you're also an engineer. So you're an engineer, I'm an engineer. Louis was an engineer. Okay. Sorry, back to this. Okay, I think all three speakers here today actually shared that you guys actually live a very simple lifestyle. The most glamour is actually Steward driving a convertible. So if it's not glamour, then I want to ask you this next question. Then why would someone want to be a financial advisor? What's in it for them? Okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
So I go first, So I can only
Yeah.
speak for myself, right? I can only speak for myself. So
Yeah.
so I mean, so we are out of the topic of the glam thing already, right? So well, I mean to me, I don't grown up from a rich family, so I thought I always valued security actually. So and to a certain extent, I think I want freedom, right? So in fact, after I graduated from polytechnics, I know very clear that I won't take money from my parents anymore for further study. And of course, the first thing that came to my mind was to get a job, right? Why? Because job securities. In my impression is that, okay, well, no matter what, right? So I'll get a paycheck at the end of the month. But of course, working for I think about less than 5 years, so I saw things like you know, retrenchment. I saw, you know, the rising cost of inflations and all these things, right? So I thought, maybe I should think further. All right. So of course, I think coming back to the questions is that why I talk about security is that, well, as a financial advisor, again, like just now mentioned, right, the freedom. I schedule my own, you know, my daily schedules. All right. So and then of course, the key thing is that whatever effort I put in fact, I get the rewards. So in fact, the first lesson that I learned is that you want the price, you pay the price. So a lot of time people may want the price, but they may not willing to put in the price, right? So I thought that's the first lesson that I put in. And in fact, freedom, right? So I mentioned I want freedom. I also realized the more freedom I want, in fact, the more freedom I need to give up. So from the early of my career, so I saw a question there: how tough is the thing? Actually, I'm 16 years in the business. I mean, to be frank, now I don't recall how tough it is, but I think when I first started, it is pretty tough, right? Pretty tough because I really work 7 days a week. Again, I got no savings, or rather not much savings. And I think that time the moment I switched into this career, I am getting married, right? So called a lot of stress. Then I'm going to buy a house, and where comes my down payment, blah blah blah, all these things, right? So but the price that I pay is I work 7 days a week. I really you know, early in the morning, I woke up at 6. I be in office at 7. I do the things that I can, right? I end my day like, you know, 11 p.m. and then I call my mentor then. So we had bak chor mee, and then we do coaching case study. I sleep maybe 1 to 2 a.m. So I thought, now I think back, is like I talk like nothing, but I think quite tough, so quite tiring. So right. So that is that was how I started. But along the way, as I build, you know, of course, the rewards, material rewards can be one thing, but what's more rewarding, I would say, is the trust, the relationship that I garnered from the clients. right? Yeah, I mean, it's like, so all these years, clients are just, they really trust us, right? And then a lot of the advice, right, whether they buy house, you know, they have kids, you know, all these, when they come back, I think that is really the type of fulfillment that I got. So I think that's from my side lah. Yeah, maybe. So pretty touched, right? So I say this pretty touched. So maybe we hear from Louis.
Wow. Okay, thanks for sharing your journey. Okay, I can understand that, you know, every successful people, I mean, at the back end, for sure there'll be a very hard journey lah. Right? I mean,
I'm sure you all do
same
the
as
same
for,
lah.
yes, I definitely
Yeah.
I mean, can see that, I can tell that, you know, same for me when I first started, also work 7 8 years. But right now, of course, with family, I choose not to work during weekends. Right, but I just sum up with 3 key benefits just to have a quick sharing, right, on why is in it if you are to become a financial advisor. Okay, first, I think if you're a financial advisor, you are actually like a business owner, right? You actually get to decide how you want to run your business. You decide how much you want to grow your business every year. What are the business segment you want to focus on? Is it insurance, investment, or holistic planning? Okay, because you're the business owner. Okay, and you also can choose what client you want to work with. Okay, I mean, of course, when we first started, we will want to take every single client. Okay, but you know, if you're in the industry long enough, you know that you know, certain clients just not suitable for me. Okay, it may be good client for others, but may not be good for me. So I can choose who I want to work with. Right? Yeah, and the best thing when you run this business, right, your business cost is actually close to zero. Okay, not much cost. Right? I mean, office is for you. You can use the office, internet. Right, all these are free for you. Right, yeah, it's close to zero cost lah. All right, yeah. And second point, I think, is for as financial advisor, I think Steward also shared, and I believe Steph also will share a bit on this, is about having a flexible work schedule. But for me, having freedom is, of course, the best thing I can ask for. The best, having flexibility in time is actually the best freedom I can ask for lah. All right, not only I can spend more time with my family, okay, but the other way I see is I also become more productive because I can choose when I want to work. For sure, we are human, right? There are certain periods we feel down, we are tired, okay, we feel tiring, we just don't want to work. Okay, I can choose not to work. Okay, I don't have to sit in front of computer 9 to 5 just because that is my working hours. Okay, I don't have to. Right? Sometimes if I got mood to work, I can work until late night, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I never stop. Right? But sometimes it's because I just want to rest, I will just choose to rest. Okay, and to me, that actually helped me to boost up my productivity actually. Okay, yeah, so because I can choose when I want to work. Right, and third, which is probably I touched on a bit about the rewards. All right, it's not really about how much I earn or how much the advisor earn. All right, it's really, to me, right, the most important thing is about the how much reward you are getting is actually proportional to how much effort you put in. Okay, your reward is proportional to your effort. All right, and to me, if you really put in hard work, okay, follow a right mentor, okay, follow a right system, I believe we all will do well. Okay, and for me, the most important thing is if I work 10 times harder, right, as compared to others, of course I will probably change a bit of the system, right, but I also want to get a similar rewards, probably 10 times or even higher rewards. Okay, because I want the reward is proportional to the effort I put in. Yeah, so these are the 3 key benefits I can see if I become a financial advisor. Yeah.
Okay, I think I'll keep mine short. I think for myself would be 2 things. So the first one would be control of time. Then second one would be uncapped income potential. So I would say the first one is the one that, like, you know, blew me away the most, like, at this point in time lah. So I'm actually 7 months pregnant. 2 more months before I expect my newborn.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
So to me, as a mother-to-be, I feel that this is a great privilege, like, you know, that this career has given me, to be able to, like, down the road, see my child grow in their early years. In his early years, not like suddenly. So, and at the same time, like, continue to serve my clients as well. So I think earlier on I touched on a point, which is 喝茶聊天, right? So now I feel that, like, COVID has made this career much easier, more seamless, because now 喝茶聊天, I don't really need to be you know, at a cafe dining table to drink with them, but now I can just, like, open my laptop and then that's where we can actually have the chat and actually touch base with my clients already. So I feel that is the most important thing for me at this point in time. Then the other one is uncapped income potential. I feel that this part, Louis has already touched on it, which is, I feel that seated amongst us, basically with the industry experts, right? The reason why they have actually stayed in this career used to be from engineering. Now in this career and in this career for so long is because in terms of income wise have already multiplied, just now Louis said 10 folds. So 5, 10, 15 folds as compared to their previous careers, which is the reason why we continue to stay in this and want this to propel even further. Yeah, so yes, that's for me.
Yeah, I have 10 folds, 20 folds because previously I earned very little.
Okay. Congrats, Steph. Good to know that. I also heard that Louis also expecting your second child, yeah?
Oh yeah,
Congrats, Louis, as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for both your contribution to the nation. So you guys are Steward, Steward, having any new contribution?
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay.
After tonight, how she try out?
Okay.
Hey, this is live.
Okay. So you guys shared what's in it to become a financial advisor. But can you share with us how to become a good one? I think that's more important. So can you share with us how to become a good financial advisor? Anyone want to start first? Steward,
Okay, maybe I go first.
Oh, okay, Steph, come.
Since the boys have been starting. Okay. I feel that there are several things that makes a good advisor. One would be helping people to get started through identifying their potential roadblocks. And then would be also continuously upskilling themselves to meet the changing demands. Then I feel that it's also important for them to actually have good perspective in life as well when meeting with clients, so that we can actually share, okay, what's the journey ahead is gonna be like. So I feel that this list, right, can actually go on. But maybe I feel that what makes an outstanding advisor, right, it's when one can actually truly put the interest of others before themselves. Because I feel that this one might be easier said than done. And if an advisor can actually stand by this principle, I feel that he or she, whatever I shared earlier on, is something above the first 3 points, right? It's something that they would be able to do. And the advisor won't actually choose the more convenient path and also not have biasness towards a certain company, towards a certain product. Yeah. So that's my take.
I totally agree with that as well. Just touch on another things I thought is important as well, the communications, right? Effective communication. So I think aside of a lot of things that we have done for the clients, communication includes not just talking. I think really listening, right? Really what the clients want. Is this really the time where the client should be listening to this and that? And then how do we communicate with the clients, right? Especially when things doesn't go well, right? So do we even bother to communicate? So I thought this is also kind of important aspect to me from my learning or rather growing up journey. Yeah, so that's on my side as well.
I probably just add on a bit about Steward's points, like a good financial advisor should be a good listener, right? It's like you don't present whatever you want to present, right? It's really you must listen to your client needs, what are the objective they want to achieve, and then we try to help them accordingly, right? To become the financial coach, right? Help them to do a better provide a better money management strategy, provide guidance and coaching. Right, so that is what good advisors should do.
Thank you. You told us what is in it for us. You told us how to become a good advisor. Now, let's listen to the audience. Okay, if someone, let's go to a new poll. If someone wants to start this career, a financial advisory career, audience, share with us. What kind of mentor or coach or leader, whatever you want to call them, do you prefer? Okay, do you prefer a high performer? That means very good in his business. Do you prefer someone that is very flexible? That means whatever you want to do, just do. It's okay one. Or do you want someone who is very caring, always okay or not, TLC giving to you, okay? You want someone who's actually, hand holding you, A, B, C, then you want to go D, then hey, come, I hand you again, E, F, G, something like that, okay? Or someone who's actually on the ground, always with you, doing the things together with you, fight with you, yeah? Okay, let's launch this poll to see, or you're not sure, like you still don't know what you want. So let's launch this poll to see if today, if you want to explore this career, you want to try this career after listening to Louis, Steward, Steph saying you what's in it for you. They also tell you how to be a good one. So each of you will actually have your own preference. What would you prefer, or what kind of mentor would you prefer to actually to be under, to actually understudy? Okay, so we have a few categories in. I don't think all will choose the same this time around. Okay, so this will also give us a gauge of today our audience, what kind of inclination do you actually have towards a leader or mentor. Okay, so let's wait for a while to actually let us have the results. Or you guys choose, you want a high performer, a flexible one, a caring, hand holding, or on the ground fight with you. Yep. Okay,
I choose all of the above.
Is it? Later I have another question
That's
for you
good
to
one.
see which that okay, 可以. Hey, there's no all the above. Okay. Miss out that one. Okay. Next time we'll do. Wait, let me see the
nice.
results. Winner. It's actually the rest quite evenly distributed. But the winner is a high performing, a leader, a mentor with high performance. We have three. The next one is actually a leader that is on the ground. The other three comes in actually very, very evenly spread: flexible, caring, and hand holding. So if I were to interpret this right, yeah, I need to steal Stewart's answer, all of the above. But then they have a slight preference and inclination to a high performer and someone who's on the ground. So if that's the case, right, Ken, then I want to ask you, Stewart, what kind of leadership do you practice then? Are you all the above or what?
I'm also not sure, so I'm the not sure one. So I mean, of course, over my period of journey, I think currently I offer what I think I can offer. Example, experience, mentorship, coaching. I believe I'm strong in coaching, hand holding. I think I was judgmental in the past. Now I really learn how to appreciate people's strength and build on people's strength, so to fully unleash the potential. So I think in order to do that, right, so I mean all these years I would apply the style of hand holding. Yeah, that's me.
For me, I'm more like the leader who really walk the talk, right? I think I'm one of a high performer in the company, right? I guess, right? But I usually also show how to run business and duplicate my business model to the team as well, right? Because I think if I can achieve based on what I have, and if I share the same thing to my team, I believe they will do well as well. Okay, so I share all my presentation materials, financial planning template, and even my own investment model portfolio with them, right? And to me, it's not just about talking about business when we build a team, okay? Because financial advisor, if you run alone, it can be quite lonely. So when I build this team, or we build this team together, we see each other as friends, not just business partner. Okay, we talk about family, life, hobbies, right, rather than just business. Okay, and to me, this is important. Okay, I think Steph team is quite good in this part, right? Very caring, right? Yeah, it's to create positive environment. I think it's very important for the team to run business together. Yeah,
fantastic.
On my end, right, I actually believe that the number one role of a leader is actually to raise the bar of a team. I think because when standards are high, that's when income will follow. So maybe I'll just use our team as an example. So many of the young advisors in our team, most of them actually chose this career so that they can actually achieve a big breakthrough, right, in their income to provide for their families. So I feel that as leaders, right, we must actually stay loyal to our advisors' goals and create a performance-driven culture. So anyone who actually wants to build career with us can in the end be able to see that they are able to actually lead better lives comparing back to what they were actually doing. So that being said, I feel that setting good moral and ethical standards and leading by example, these are also key as a leader. So okay, for me, I'm actually very thankful because I feel that the leaders in our team, because okay, the team is not just made up of me, but made up of a panel of leaders who are very strong in terms of cultivating and grooming first year advisors, especially to get them to MDRT in their first years. So I think this is the part that I can also at least say that I can go on my maternity
Awesome.
in peace, because like these are the people who will be actually taking over, and they will be holding, they have been holding the fort, and they have been like, you know, doing all the training so far. Yeah, so that's my part.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can see the motherly love coming out from Steph already. Okay. Thank you for all your sharing. Very, very good insight. So before we actually move on to the Q&A section, you know, we will welcome you to connect with PhillipCapital, with any of our financial specialists tonight. Okay, all of them actually have something in common. They are active in their social media, and they are always very generous in sharing and broadcasting value-added financial tips and advice to their clients and followers. Okay, they are also expanding their team. So you actually saw their leadership style. Okay, they will welcome like-minded individuals to actually explore more with them. So feel free to connect with any one of them. Okay, while we actually go into the Q&A session later. Okay, so for those who are actually enjoying our webinar, something like this one, okay, and would like to stay connected with us to receive more updates, right? You can actually give us a like. Okay, on our Facebook page, okay, is Phillip Wealth Advisory. You can actually either scan this code, or you can actually search us on Facebook, Phillip Wealth Advisory. Okay, to connect with us, give us a like and all. Okay, with this, do feel free to connect with any of our speakers or like us on our Facebook page. We will now go into Q&A session. Okay, so Q&A. Let me pick up the Q&A later. Do feel free to keep your questions coming in, okay, at this moment of time. Okay, while let me go and open up and pick up this question. Okay, Fahmi, I think just now Steward actually picked up this question already. But let me read out this question again. Please tell us how difficult it was when you first started out as a financial advisor. So Steward actually shared a bit.
I'm not sure Fahmi is satisfied or not.
Maybe Louis or Steph, would you like to try out this question as well?
How difficult? Wow, that is very difficult to quantify how difficult, right?
Maybe
I
it's not
guess,
difficult to them.
yeah, I guess it's, you know, we sure face more rejection when we first started. Okay, but along the way with proper guidance and coaching, and of course, when you meet more people, you will learn how to present better. Then you will face lesser and lesser rejection. But of course, until today, I still face rejection, right? I only can say that, like I mentioned, what I always emphasize on is this is a business, right? This is your business, okay? With of course, with proper guidance and coaching, if you put in a lot of effort, you put in enough effort, I believe you'll see the proportional reward. Right. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Can I add on also?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I just add on, like I think there are really two parts of the to this journey. So just like I mentioned, the more drama one, right? So when I first started, very tough. So of course, like Louis mentioned, I think the toughest part could be the rejection, right? So why? It's not because of the rejection, because I couldn't take it well, right? So of course, along the way with coachings and all these, right? So I thought a few things in my mind, right? I can only control what I can control, right? For example, number one, I always tell myself, well, it is others humans' right to say yes or no, right? So that's number one, right? So number two is that maybe the person really have got some bad experience, right? Or maybe in a very difficult situations. So I think things like that actually help me feel better. But I think the ultimate one, which I think is pretty important, is when I keep myself very, very busy. So I don't really have time, right, to think about, oh, why just now my really I thought very close friends rejected me, all these things. So because it's very busy already, so go back also very tired already. So I just, just sleep. But I think later part of the journey, which is, I think same like Louis mentioned, right? So I mean, every day, or rather now and then we have rejections, but why I take it much easier is probably I build up a little bit more clients. So just now our speaker also mentioned, we can also choose clients, right? So choose clients not just how much money you have, but rather maybe your chemistry, right? Maybe we appreciate each other. All right. So I think in terms of so-called the freedom and the luxury is that we start to have choices. All right. So I think it is really rewarding to me in the sense that I think when it first started, there's definitely the tough part of it, right? Along the way as we build up, right? So we feel like it is not that tough lah. Yeah.
Thank you. Keeping yourself busy, then you will not so feel that it's that tough. Okay, good. I think the audience have been very nice to you all. I want to pick up one not so easy question. Wait, okay. Since most of you actually selected that, financial advisor is not a glamorous title. Okay, you all say one, financial advisor is not a glamorous title. Then why do you still want to join this industry? Anyone want to pick up this question? Cannot be too nice to you. Anyone to pick up this question? Yeah.
I can pick up, but maybe Steph.
Okay, I can go.
Okay.
So can I share a little bit about my background? So I used to come from advertising. So I never had the thought of joining this career previously at all before, until I actually saw one of my friends who actually joined the career, and I realized that he leaves home earlier than me, later than me, then comes back home earlier than me, but earns 4 times more than me. Then I was like, how can it be? Like, what am I missing out? Am I just being very stuck on advertising previously that I'm not looking out for opportunities out there? So that was when I started to realize that, okay, then maybe I should do something. I should start exploring. Yeah, but I think this glamorous career thing, I think it's not just, for me, I don't think that it was glamorous. And I think at that point in time, I also felt that, I think pre-COVID, the career itself was very backward. So COVID actually transformed it quite a little bit. Yeah, so to me, I feel that, like, that's the part that was challenging. Then the other one was also, I think parents will have that stigma. So for my mom, she was very against me joining this career. She was like, 怎么你要去做这个？这样多东西可以做，铁饭碗你不要做，why you want to switch to this? So there's a lot of a misconception. I think because they are not in the career, that's why they will have all these kind of thoughts. They will have this kind of more of like negativity towards the industry, because 10-15 years ago there were other things that has happened that gave this career the stigma. Yeah.
Anyone want to add on? Yeah. Okay. If no, sorry, we are lack of. Let me pick up one more question. I'm so sorry if you cannot answer the question. Let me pick up one more. How about this one? Okay. From Junhao, some of you have come from experience. Okay, I think some of you have come from other financial companies. What are your thoughts on the pros and cons to joining where you are now at Phillip? Compared to, something like that.
Okay, I can answer this question. Okay. First thing, I must say that I did not join any financial firm before I joined Phillip. This is my first company when I chose to be a financial advisor. Okay, the reason is very simple. Okay, Phillip provide dual license service. Okay, that means you can do investment, okay, trading stocks, you can do insurance, right? That's why it's more holistic. Okay, and if you go to Phillip website, you can see that we actually carry more than 40,000 products, right? And having the kind of widest range kind of product as a form of a solution that you can provide to a client, right? I mean, it's quite impossible that you cannot find any solution in Phillip if your client needs certain help, right? Yeah, and our chairman actually say one thing, all right? If you cannot find any solution for a client, that means your financial planning got problem. Yeah, so that's the reason why I chose Phillip as to run my business. Okay, and the other thing I think I'm not sure you know. I mean, if you find out from many different FA firm, right? Phillip actually focus a lot on branding and marketing, right? Like today, right? Through our speaker here, right? I mean, of course, we saw our QR code, all this, but if you cannot remember the QR code, you just Google our name, okay? And I just realized three of us have all very unique surname, right? So you Google our name, all right, you will sure find something on Google that can reach out to us. That is the branding marketing that Phillip actually helped us to build up. Yeah, that's why I think to me this actually we actually focus a lot more on future direction, future generation kind of financial advisor. Yeah.
Nice. My answer actually is the same as Louis. The concept is you are spoiled of choice.
Okay, short and sharp, great. Okay, as a moderator, I'm so sorry. I need to. My apologies to all the participants that we cannot actually take all your questions. We would like to do a quick roundup to see what's the key takeaway that each of the speakers here today would like to share as a concluding statement or sharing with our audience. If not, well, if I go out on the street, right, and I overrun too much, right, people recognize me, I might get beaten up. So let's keep to the time. Okay, let's round up with what is a key takeaway for today. Why, back to the title, why financial advisory slays?
Okay, I will just start first. Okay, I think this is probably the toughest question because I really don't know what exact meaning of slays. And I think Joshua, you say one thing, what TLC? I'm just curious, what is TLC? Right.
Okay.
But anyway,
okay, come on.
Okay, I'll Google. I'll ask GGB. Okay. Anyway, I think it's probably regarding how we, as a financial advisor, can impact the world. Right. To me, it's about for me, it's by helping people to make a better financial decision, and also through a more holistic wealth planning services. Okay, and I think if you are working adults, I think probably you will agree that most of us are very busy working and probably some other commitment in life. Okay, and end up we didn't really make a right financial decision on our own, right? So I hope one day, right, someday is the future. Okay, whether is it my team logo, Phillip logo, or other team logo, right? If you see this team logo, right, it's a logo that you want to go to. Okay, just like if you talk about having fast food, right? You want to go to McDonald's, right? You see M, you know that you want to eat fast food. Okay, but if you think about grocery, you will go to NTUC Fair Price, okay, to do your grocery. Okay, so hopefully one day in the future, right, if you see a logo, right, that's focused on holistic wealth planning, financial planning, right, you know that this is a place for you to do financial planning. Okay, so I hope one day financial advisor can achieve that in the future. Yeah.
Thanks, Louis. I think you reveal your age already when you asked the question.
Please, I don't think you're so old.
I'm mid-30s, mid-30s.
So yeah.
Okay, anyway, just in case, like, people don't know what slay means, I went to Google so it means to greatly impress. So why financial advisory, like, kind of it's a good thing, like why you greatly impress so I feel that, right, like financial advisory is a very sacred role, because I feel that we get to actually influence how lives of people is gonna be in the future, say 2040, 2050, and beyond. So that's probably whoever is seated down here, maybe you'll be in your 40s, 50s, 60s by that time, retirement age. Because I think at that point in time, then we will get to see, like, in that era itself, right, are people retiring early? Or are they retiring even later, 70, 80, not being able to retire? Because if they are retiring at 70, 80, then I think then we have a part to play. So I feel that this industry itself still has a huge gap in terms of recruiting talents. And that is largely due to the stigmatized nature of how things were run 10, 20 years ago. And I feel that this generation has a lot to play and to offer to transform this industry. So if you remove, like, the glamorous, and you see through actually what this career can actually do and can actually offer, I feel that there's a lot more that we can actually do. And if you're a talent, then of course I feel that then, like, peer through the stigma. Yeah.
I totally agree with Louis and Step. Okay, I think financial advisory slays because financial advisors are like people's another life partner, right? So usually when you talk to your life partner, you know, the husband and wife kind of life partner about certain financial decisions, right? So usually you turn to the other side to ask the financial advisor, which is another life partner, right? So I thought it is really a crucial role, right? Despite like you know, the stigmatized, you know, the maybe misconceptions and all these things that people have towards the financial advisors and all these. So, but I believe that financial advisors is a very important life partner in a lot of people's life. Thank you.
Thank you for all your sharing tonight. Can we flesh out the speaker's profile and link first? So I think you guys have actually, in case our audience missed out, I want to connect. Okay, I think you guys have actually kept it very real, not sugarcoating and painting some delusional image of this career. But yet you guys, right, have also proven by your results and hard work that this is in fact a rewarding and fulfilling career in terms of remuneration, satisfaction, and yes, I keep hearing your yes, work-life family balance that you're all enjoying right now. Okay, so yes, so financial advisory does slay, and you guys have proven it. Well done. Okay, in short, you guys have kept it real tonight despite my surprise and direct questions. Okay, so lovely audience. Okay, we have come to the end of today's session, and I would like to thank our three fabulous panelists for their unreserved open sharing. A big thank you to everyone who has stayed with us thus far. Okay, so do join us for upcoming Ask Me Anything episode following this. Okay, if you like to stay behind, we can maybe, panelists, are you okay to stay behind until 9:15 if they have any more questions? Okay, if you have any more questions, you can stay behind. If not, we have officially ended today's session. Do feel free to connect to any of our speakers tonight. Okay, I'm Joshua. For those who like to leave first, good night to you. For those who like to stay here, stay on, and then put up some questions, we'll be here until 9:15. How about that? Okay, so thank you. Nice audience today. Very nice speakers. Thank you so much. We'll take the questions from here.
He said something right. I think really I am very touched for this session, right? Joshua, for hosting these sessions, and I learned a lot from Louis and Seth. Very much for your sharing.
Yeah, not to forget that Justin, which is on the backstage, right? It's working like an octopus, right? So maybe Justin, you stop the music first because we want to say thank you to you.
Okay.
Yes, Justin.
Actually,
Yeah.
there's another question. I don't know whether you want to take or not.
Yeah.
By Alpha Muhammad. What's the compensation structure like? This one I think I'll take that. Compensation structure, it depends on the service that you provide here in Phillip. We have very different tiers and structure, which is quite detailed. But then I will need to actually reach out to you to actually give you more details. But one thing I can say here, we are very sure that we are actually very competitive in our compensation structure. That's one thing we can say. Okay. Other than that, I need to reach out to you to actually give you more details in that. Okay. Okay, we have more questions.
Most memorable.
For me, what are some of your most memorable moments joining this line, and it has made you as a professional? So what so once you take this, you can see, right? Okay.
Maybe I will take this question. I'm not sure whether I'm answering your question because there are so many memorable moments. I'll just pick one to share. All right. It's like, every year we have those kind of trip, right? Company trip. All right. So for me, it's able to achieve that. Okay. And then I actually brought my family. Okay. Every year we have a family trip. Okay, and I'm from Penang. Okay, so I stay in Singapore. I live in Singapore, but all my family members are in Penang. Okay, of course, my wife and my daughter is here. Okay, so every year we should have one family trip because of this industry. Okay, I'm able to go for a family trip with my family. All right, yeah. So that to me is something that I will appreciate. All right, it's only because I'm in this industry. Yeah. I'm not sure whether that answers your question. Yeah.
How about the
I think
rest?
so.
And any memorable moments that you'd like to share?
I'll just share. I think for me in year 2009 it was a very eventful year for me, right? So I joined in late 2007 in the business, right? So that year I got married and get married and got no money lah. So of course my
Hey, don't share, don't
my-
cry.
you-
Just
you-
share. Okay,
You
okay.
you
no,
sound
no.
so
I
sad
mean
after married, no money.
yeah, that's okay. Anyway, I think my grandparents, two of my grandmother passed away, and then my father-in-law has got serious illness and things like that. So of course, I mean, not trying to be drama here, but what I'm trying to say is that it's pretty memorable because that year alone, a lot of things happened, and it's a series. I'm thankful because of the the kind of environment that I'm in, right? The kind of family spirit that I have, right? That and also just now we mentioned a lot the so-called the flexible schedule that we can control, all right? That allows me to have a lot of play, right? For example, I mean, I don't have to just taking leaves for keep taking leave on and off, right? So I mean, I just plan my schedule. And then I think with the understanding of the clients and all these things, right? So I thought it is pretty memorable to me because that year alone is also a breakthrough year in terms of my business. Yeah. So that's my experience.
Thank you. Lucky you never cry. Okay. There's another question by Kilis. Should we take exam first before joining as a financial advisor? I will take this question. Yes, because it's regulated by MAS. But before that, do reach out to any one of our speakers here today, because more importantly, you need to see if this is something that is suitable for yourself. Do you like it? And which kind of leaders would you like? Okay. Okay. I see that there's quite a number of participants here, but it's nearing to 9:15. Okay. All our speakers here, right? They, as mentioned, they like to 喝茶聊天, they like to drink tea, drink coffee and everything. Do feel free to reach out to them. Okay. Maybe they can buy you coffee or whatsoever. Okay. Have a good conversation, more in-depth personal one with them as well. Okay. These are their links. Okay. If not, thank you very much for those. So many of you are still staying here, but I really apologize. We need to. I think we should end this session. Sorry, there's another question. Can you share, after we pass or complete all exam, what is the route or way to practice? How long do we need to practice before we can work individually?
We have a very serious crowd tonight.
Last one, really last one. Okay, last one, please. Okay. Steph needs to rest and have her beauty sleep. Okay, so really last one. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll take this question, is it?
Yes, we'll take this question, yeah.
Okay, I think for different teams, right, we actually work differently. So for our team itself, right, when you actually come in, there's actually a standard procedure that they will be going through a 90 days training program. So this 90 days training program is actually where you actually practice at the same time, like, come back in the morning to actually come back and case prep and assess, like, what were the things that went wrong. Because for every advisors itself, right, that's where, I mean, like, we come in, we don't know anything. Like, when I came in, I was in advertising. I had no idea what finance is. I need to like start from scratch. So this is the formula. This is the training program that we actually create for advisors who come in who doesn't know much about the advisory business. Yeah. I think it's slightly different for every team. So maybe you all can share your parts.
For my side, like I mentioned, more of a hand-holding kind. So besides some of the so-called basic trainings, right? So I'm sure like maybe within a year, right, in terms of facing the clients or even case studies. So I think it's not, I thought it's important, right? So to answer that question, how long, so they can work individually, it really depends, right? So I saw people who just, I mean, for people who have no experience at all, maybe within a month, right? So they function themselves, right? Some really, got to handhold for, more than a year even, right? So it really depends on who you are.
Well, I think for my team is like it's more like depending on who you are, really. Okay. Of course, for fresh to industry, we will provide more guidance. Just like Steph, you have 90 days, but we don't really set a timeline. So called must be 90 days. Okay, of course, depending on individual. There are people learn faster. All right, then we probably end the practice earlier, lah. Okay. It's really depend on how much you can absorb. Okay. Of course, if you are switching from other financial firm, of course, we actually have a paid trainer. Okay, in my team, I actually hire a trainer. Okay, and he's a full salary staff in my team, and he just focus on training. Okay, he's not, you don't have to run sales. He just have to make sure that all my advisor, on the right path to achieve their target. If they need any training, any kind of coaching, either my team manager or myself will be involved to do the one-on-one coaching. Yeah, so that is how our team run. Yeah.
Thank you for concluding tonight. Okay, so thank you all audience. We will actually conclude tonight. So good night to all of you. Good night to all our speakers. Rest well, Steph. Louis, take care of your wife having a second child. Steward, try another one. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, that's it. Good night.
Thanks
Okay.
for tonight.
Good night, all.
Everybody.
Good night.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.